Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're just doing a quick summary of the first day's play here at the New Zealand Underwater Hockey Under-18 Interzone Championships. Day one, we had 12 games. Started off the day with the local derbies, Central A and Central B, as expected. Central A and both boys and girls won convincingly, 14-0 for the girls and 8-0 for the boys.
Yes, and then we moved on to Northern A, girls Northern A versus girls Mid Northern, which was 7-1. Mid Northern very deservingly got their one goal there.
Yeah, they played well actually. Very, very well. A lot of those players have actually had a lot of club games this year, which has helped their development, and I know that Andy Pride, their coach, is very happy with how they performed today against the Northern A.
Great guy, Andy. Great guy.
And then they had later on you'll see they had a 7-1 win over Central B, which is good for them. Very good.
Yeah, and interesting. Same score, but different,
reverse,
other end of the,
yeah, that's good. Yeah, Northern A had their first game, a good 7-0 against the Mid-Northern boys. I had the pleasure of refereeing that game, and the Mid-Northern boys, they were actually good, very aggressive, and played very well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's good.
And then we had a bit of a close game, the Southern boys versus Northern B. That was a 3-2 game. I actually missed that one, so I'm going to have to go back and probably rewatch that tonight. But very closest game of the day, I believe.
I understand there was a runaway by the Northern B boys, but they stopped up about 2 metres short and ran out of gas and no support. Otherwise, we would have had a 3-3 draw.
Wow, drama.
Indeed, always is.
Yeah.
Mid-Northern, Central B, we've talked about that, 7-1. Then Central A, 12-0 over Northern B.
Yeah, no, that was a good game as well. Northern B girls put up a bit of a fight for that one, so that's cool.
And again, I did was pleasure enough of repping the Northern A Southern girls, 3-1.
What a great game that was. I was commentating that one, and yeah, again, Southern really deserved that goal. They were putting the pressure on the whole game, so I think that probably reflects the intensity of the game. Very
close game, actually. So yeah, Northern A, I think, probably got a bit of a shock on that one.
Yeah, I would assume so too, actually. But they still played well, but maybe good to give them a bit of a spark for tomorrow.
Yeah, and then the last three games, unfortunately, they're all one-sided. We had the Mid-Northern 11-0 over Central B, Central A 11-0 over Northern B, and the late game, which is just finished, which is why it's not on the board, I think it was 17-0 Northern A over Southern. So that was a very good first day. As you can expect, the leading teams for the grades are in the girls under 18 grade. You've got Central A leading, currently first seed over Northern A, and that reflects that Northern had a couple of goals scored against them, I think, whereas Central didn't. And then we've got Southern, which you'd expect, Mid-Northern, Central B and Northern B end out the top, the six teams. In the men's, we've got, in boys grade, we've got Northern A by virtue of their big win over Southern.
Yeah, nice.
So they're top seed. Central A are also on 8 points. Mid-Northern and Southern are on 4 points, each having a win. And then we've got Northern B and Central B on 0, having not reached a point yet. So, what have we got in store for tomorrow? Start nice and early. We've got 18 games to get through.
Oh, that is a big program for tomorrow there, Tony.
3 games each for the team. That will conclude our round robin. The interesting ones, you've got some very good games going on.
I personally am excited for the Northern A versus Central A girls. I'll be commentating that one, which I think is a little bit later on in the day.
6 o'clock.
6 p.m, yeah, so make sure you guys are tuning in for that one.
Those last 6 games, if you look at them, you've got Northern B, Central B, Southern, Mid-Northern, then the big games, Central A, Northern A, and we repeat that for the boys, and the boys at 8:15. Now, that is going to be a very, very good game.
Yeah.
you've got, and we'll talk about this prior to the game tomorrow, you've got a number of players that were in the team that won under 19 gold medal, and they're starting to play their game. Going to be very, very interesting.
Yes, I'm looking forward to the program tomorrow. It should be a good one. Long day for the teams though. You're right, 3 games, 3 full 30-minute full court games.
But they're young enough; they can handle it.
Yeah, they're
you
young.
know what it's like.
Yeah, back in my day.
Been there, done that. I'm sure you have.
Yeah.
So tomorrow, games not to be missed, especially those last 6 that we kick off at 4:30. But again, lots of games in between. There's going to be some very interesting games.
Yeah.
Actually, looking at it here, the 1:30 game is the one that's interesting. Central A and Southern.
Yep, that'll be a good one. That'll be a really good one. Southern came 3rd the last couple of years and Central A 2nd, so that could be an exciting one.
And you've just got to remember, a lot of those girls in that Southern team won New Zealand secondary schools under the Nelson College for Girls banner.
This is true, but you've also got to remember, Tony, a lot of the girls in the Central A from Wellington Girls College also came 2nd, so I think this is going to be a really, really good game.
But the point is that the Central team are actually supported by the other teams.
This is true.
And which will strengthen the likes of Maddie, who come out of Wellington High.
Wellington High?
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, a few Wellington High girls in there.
Again, a fascinating game. You've got some great games there. So that's tomorrow. We start nice and early, 7:30, all the way through. We'll be finished about about 9 o'clock tomorrow. A long day for the teams here, but we're here to provide wonderful games for us all. All right, and just quickly want to go through, always like bringing this up, especially when I'm sitting amongst some Central players. Is this going to change? This is all I put it up there for. Is anything going to change?
Oh, it's a sad sight, Tony. It's who knows? Maybe 2024 is the year. As you say, we've got we've got age groups back, so we've got developing players, some playing in 24s or under 19s, and who knows? Maybe this is the year that Northern gets dethroned.
We'll see, and let's have a look and see what happens tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, that's us for that.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for listening, putting up with us for the last 5 minutes.
It's been a great day.
And I look forward to seeing you all, having you all on board at 7:30 tomorrow for what will be another good day of hockey here at the Wellington Regional Aquatic Centre for the New Zealand Under-18 Interzone Championships. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.